Me, why did I get this opportunity in life? Why did it break this way for Tom?
It's a great question. I think about that quite a bit, actually. And, I think just being grateful for, all the blessings in my life. And I've got, more than anyone could imagine. So in the end, I just try to do the best I could do, with every situation. And, understand there's a lot of people that have supported me over the time to get to this point. So I think any time you get a chance to realize your dreams, and I've been, between high school, college, pro football, doing this for almost 30 years. Just so appreciative of all the different people who have helped me along the way. Just so grateful for all the experiences that I had. And hopefully that, I can, in my own way, give back as best I can to, other people who may be looking to achieve and accomplish their dreams too.
Tracking.
So that was of course the victorious Tom Brady, last night's Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion again. Brady back in the Super Bowl. And hours before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl 55 matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs at Raymond James Stadium, the 43-year-old quarterback fired up Instagram to share some videos and it's like pregame hype videos. But last night was, I can't say it was a great game. I really can't say that because it was not as competitive as I would have liked to have seen for many various reasons. But there's no excuses that can be made. People are going to say, oh, it was fixed. It was this, it was that. What we saw was a domination from one team over another team. Has Brady passed Jordan is what some talks are.
LeBron, he wasn't, but he just did what he needed to do and get out of the way when he had to.
The NBA versus the NFL, it's just like, it's such a hard comparison to make, but this is what I'll say. If you force me to make the comparison, I'm going to go with Brady because Brady is elite longer than Jordan was. Like, look, I know Jordan left and everybody wants to project, hey, if he hadn't gone to baseball, wouldn't it? Look, Jordan, by the time he got to the Washington Wizards, good player, really good player, but he wasn't Michael Jordan from the Bulls days. Tom Brady is winning an MVP at the age of 43 years old and taking a team that is historically a joke. It hadn't been to the playoffs since 2007, and they win the Super Bowl after winning 7 games last year. That's insane.
Tracking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about that, the fact that the team won 7 games last year, Tampa Bay. The reason why the Super Bowl was being held in Tampa was because nobody expected that team to win anything. And they were victorious last night, of course. A lot that we're going to talk about as far as the game goes. As far as Patrick Mahomes, as far as the weekend and his performance. Why are some people so bent out of shape about the weekend's performance? Of course, you can let us know your thoughts. 404-436-1277. Diamond K in here. And Patrick Mahomes, who is, a great quarterback. A lot of people are saying that he is an elite quarterback. I don't think that he was the problem last night. I don't. And let's keep in mind the fact that he was injured. Here is Patrick Mahomes.
For the Raiders to deal Carr if they felt like they had
Patrick Mahomes. Clearly, that's the wrong clip. Patrick Mahomes talking about the loss last night.
land and you're getting ready to have the parade and all that. And yet for all that stuff, you obviously had a great drive this season, great incentive, great, attempt to repeat. I wonder if you have a different sense already of how this will motivate you now, the feeling of losing the Super Bowl instead of winning it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely motivate you. I mean, if you're a competitor and you get so close to your ultimate goal, and then you fall short, I mean, it's something that will motivate you for the rest of your career. I mean, it was a bad feeling in that locker room after the game. I mean, you don't want to have that feeling again. And so, we luckily enough, we'll have a lot of the same guys back, and we'll obviously add new guys and we'll set the tone from the beginning of the year, beginning of the off season, that we have to be better. We have to be better than even we were this last year in order to go out there and win the Super Bowl.
So now that it's the end of something, it's going to be another chapter where they're going to have to continue to drive themselves to try to bring themselves back up. For many Ravens fans, last night was not what we wanted to see. Bring on Dev in the building. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Good.
Last night, what do you it's not like we had a dog in the race, as they say. A lot of Ravens fans were rooting for Kansas City. Obviously, you and I picked Brady to win. What were your thoughts on the game? Did we see a good game?
No, it wasn't. It was a good game if you wanted the Bucks to win. I guess you could call that. But other than that, it was pretty boring. It wasn't the most exciting Super Bowl that we've ever seen, especially for the hype that was around it. This is supposed to be the two greatest quarterbacks, still are the two greatest quarterbacks that the league has ever seen. But especially from Kansas City side, it wasn't not much fireworks on that end.
What made them so blah blah? They just seemed to become deflated.
It was a great game plan. Leslie Frazier, former head coach in this league, knows what he's doing. They'd already seen him once, and they weren't going to get beat the same way. If you notice early on, they kind of highlighted it. Tony Romo did. They were doubling Tyreek Hill over the top and doubling Travis Kelce across the middle. Then once they realized that Levante David could do it himself, then all hell broke loose for Patrick Mahomes. And they were sending 5 and 6 and 7 guys. Well, no, not really. I'm sorry, excuse me. 4 and 5 guys all night at him. And that 4-man pass rush and an extra, defensive back or linebacker every once in a while. I mean, I don't know if you saw the stat that's been going around, but he ran almost 500 yards before he throwing his passes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. They're going to have to make some changes in Kansas City. No?
I think that's a bit much. I don't think many changes need to be made. I mean, they still are the class of the league. They just can't beat the Bucks. They can beat everybody else. And we've seen what they did. It's not like this is a team that's in a division that they see all the time. The first time they saw them, they smoked their boots. The second time they saw them, they got their boots smoked. So, I mean, it's still a lot to see there. You can say that the blue, I think it's corny or cliche to say that the blueprint is out on the Kansas City Chiefs because it's not. You got to be able to do that. You got to have a Shaq Barrett on your team. You got to have a Levante David. You got to have Ndamukong Suh. You got to have Pierre Paul. You got to have these kind of players on your team to do what the Chiefs did to the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you don't, you can try to do it, but you're gonna get your ass whooped. So let's not jump to conclusions and say that the Chiefs have been had or the blueprint's out because you still got to stop it, even if you do know what's coming.
Yeah. And so Brady, we saw Brady last night. I don't think he really had a bad performance. I was watching the chatter online, and people always say, because you have Brady haters out there, and they're saying that the fix was in, and the calls weren't on the up and up. There were a few calls that were questionable.
As there is in every football game, there's going to be questionable calls. There has this nice Ravens game. I've seen that there were some questionable calls in it, and the Super Bowl is no exception to that. Yes, I did think that some of the calls were a little ticky tack. I did think that one of those, I believe it was the first pass interference they called it a game. It was like basic comeback route, and the receiver was playing football, and they called pass interference or holding, whatever they called in that situation. And it did open the floodgates for a lot of calls, but let's not forget the Chiefs were also lined up all sides. Some of those holding calls were legitimate. Like, I mean, whether you think the ball was uncatchable or not, the act of holding still happened. So, a lot of people are going to, yell the fixes and they're cheating this and they're cheating that. But honestly, to me, it looked like the Chiefs were beating themselves before the Tampa Bay Bucks could do anything, of that nature.
Yeah. I definitely saw that. I just, what about the coaching for Kansas City? I mean,
look. I mean, this has been, the jury on, the verdict on Andy Reid for his whole career. It just so happened that he started winning. But he would have great regular seasons, and then when it got time to get to the big game, i.e., Donovan McNabb, Philadelphia Eagles, he would choke in the big game. It's been his MO for a long time. It just so happens that he had Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, so it put him over the top. Eric Bieniemy is not under contract. He was out here, job shopping. Word on the street is he's a terrible interview. Then I don't know if that's coded or if it's just facts. But he doesn't have a job. So they got some things that they might look at. But Andy Reid's supposed to be the guru that he is. I don't think they need to revamp anything. They lost the championship game because they got out schemed. Made some mistakes and Tampa Bay capitalized on them. You can't give Tom Brady a short field ever. Like it's Tom fucking Brady. You can't do that. Right. So you can't trade field goals, touchdowns either, and that's all they got. So I mean, I don't think that things need to be revamped. Also, not to make excuses, it's a reason. Football is what it is. It's the 100% injury rate, and the offensive line of Kansas City Chiefs caught it all at the same time. The starting left tackle was out. The starting right tackle was out, which is why those edges looked the way they did Patrick Mahomes all game, because they didn't have their primary protectors out there.
Yeah, was this the crowning achievement for Tom Brady, this seventh Super Bowl win?
If you roll that beautiful footage from the pregame show, I said that this is the toughest of all time. He went through one of the future phenom pass rushers of this league. Well, not future. He is a phenom pass rushers league. Chase Young beat them Washington Redskins, Washington football team, excuse me. Then goes on to beat Drew Brees, who is, if Tom don't have the record, if Peyton Manning don't have the record, Drew Brees is that other guy who holds all the other records. Then goes on to beat Aaron Rodgers, who was the MVP this year. Then goes on to beat Patrick Mahomes, who is arguably the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that. It literally doesn't get any better than that. Like, he played the best possible situation all the way. I mean, the hardest possible situation all the way through, and came out victorious every time. Like I said, if I was him, I'd hang it up right here. What more can you do from this?
Yeah.
Besides defend, you can defend it and win it again. But yeah, man, it's a hell of a feat. It's a hell of a feat.
He seemingly had the guys that he wanted out there on the field with him, playing with the players he wanted to play with. Seemed like he was having fun.
Targets in New England. Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't take them. They were free agents. One by choice, one not by choice, but they were definitely available. So he took his favorite targets. His major complaint in New England was he didn't have enough targets, so he went somewhere where there was, and he took his favorites with him. So Tom Brady got the ideal situation. He looks as happy as can be. He's 43 years old. He looks the best he has in his whole life. So I'm pretty sure he's happy. And if he wanted to go for one more, I don't see why not. I would retire. I mean, but at the same time, why give somebody else another chance? I mean, take that pry that shit on my cold dead hands. If you can't beat me, why should I stop playing? If you can't beat me,
Yeah, and it does not seem like he's ready to retire.
no, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tom Brady back next year.
I wouldn't either. Yeah. So a couple other things I wanted to touch on. Her. What do you think of Her's performance of America the Beautiful in the beginning?
I mean, I thought it was great. Those artists that was obscure for a while, and he wasn't showing her face, and she wasn't doing show dates, and to see her in the prime time in the front, can't escape the song she has with Jhené Aiko. It's always fucking on. Whenever I'm around Pandora or the radio. I thought it was dope. I mean, it's time to get back to some talented artists singing the national anthem. It was a time where that was all the hubbub in the media. Whitney Houston's iconic national anthem.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye's iconic national anthem for the All-Star game. So these are seminal moments in pop culture, and when your president's a dick, it kind of ruins the fun to everybody.
So then I want to go to Jasmine Sullivan and the R&B country blending of the national anthem. What did you think? I liked it. It was different, but I liked it.
It was
What
cool.
did you think about it?
My first gutter reaction was, "Oh my God, Florida doesn't give a fuck. These stands are full." And then later on in the game, you realize that those are cardboard cutouts. I saw a couple funny ones from YG and the Baby. They had donated some money to get those cardboard cutouts put out there. So that was cool. Once I saw that they were actually some kind of safe practices going on, I could get back into the performance of Jasmine Sullivan and what was the country singer's name again? I looked it up, but it Eric Church.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks a little Blake Shelton at first glance, but I thought Jasmine Sullivan looked great. The headpiece or whatever kind of threw me off. I didn't know who the hell it was at first.
Yeah, it was a bit.
But the nose is there. The nose did get away. Like I said, I have no idea who the hell Eric Church is, but the voices sounded good. It was sounded good together. It was a great performance. Nothing I can go about.
Right. And so which brings me to my Canadian homie, The Weeknd. Now,
yeah, man.
I'm a fan of The Weeknd. I don't understand what they really want from a nigga. Like,
right.
He went up there and performed.
That was my reaction. It was like, they gave us these, they try to fucking wake up the dead bodies of Aerosmith and throw them out there. They had Bruce Springsteen at one point in time we talked about. I guess everybody's gold standard from the temperature I was taking was Bruno Mars and Beyonce. That was one that was they felt was top tier. But how many Bruno Mars and Beyonce's are there? This last time I checked, it was Bruno Mars and Beyonce. So they I don't know what the hell they want. I thought for who The Weeknd is, up and coming star, soon to be iconic after his 20-year run, because he's not going anywhere with that voice and the way he can pick some production out. I still don't know what the hell he says on any of his songs. Like, honestly, truly, I might know it after I hear for the 100th time, but I don't know what the hell The Weeknd is saying. It's too high pitch for me. But the boy got hits. The boy got hits, and he can't dance a lick, Diamond. I know you peeped that shit. He can't dance to save his goddamn life. That weak ass James Brown shuffle he was doing in one place. None of his dances dance either. They just, they had choreography, but it wasn't dancing. I thought the mirror scene was cool. He could have used somebody with him. He could have had. It would have been cool. It would have been dope if he got a Drake feature or anybody.
It's not going to be. People need to cancel that thought. It's not going to be no Drake feature nowhere.
Right.
When Drake touches the stage, it's going to be a Drake performance. It's not going to be a Drake
Exactly,
feature.
exactly. It's going to be Drake, just like how the weekend is. If anybody's up there, it's going to be P&D, somebody, his artist.
Now
And
he
side
could have
note,
did a
Drake
did a future feature.
Drake could do a future feature. Yeah,
No, I'm talking
Drake could
about
do a future.
or Weekend could have did that.
Weekend could have did a future feature too. That's more so the sleaze bag side of the Weekend. This he
Right.
was
He
knocking
does
off
those.
he was knocking off commercial hits. Yeah. We wasn't getting no House of Birds Weekend.
No, right.
We was getting the big records. No, we weren't getting that shit.
Well, I mean, people, for what I was reading, people were saying that they wanted to get hype or whatever. And Weekend, I read one comment. A girl said the Weekend is not a big enough artist to be on the Super Bowl stage, which I totally disagree with. He done sold over 75 million records. Okay. He's definitely a big enough artist.
75
He was
million
one of the
records.
biggest artists in the
And
world.
Not hype enough. It's all cocaine music. How is
Right.
music not hype enough for anybody? Like, it's all cocaine inspired. Every last song is inspired by the Lonzo.
You'll get more hype than that.
You don't get more hype than that. But if it is, I don't know about it. Oh man.
Yeah, so I enjoyed the performance. I mean, they used the entire field. They don't normally use the entire field.
That's ridiculous. I didn't even repeat that yet. That was a huge stage, and shit, they throw it up in 20 minutes. I think that's amazing. I don't know if you get a chance, look into the way the field is grown in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Stadium.
Mhm.
They actually grow the field actually comes up. It's on wheels. They sit the stadium outside when they don't have games, and then they lift it back up. They sit the stadium out, and they sit the field out in the sun during the during the off season, and when it's time for games, they bring it back inside. That way, they don't have to put anything. If they don't have a concert, they can just put that down on flat surface on the ground. They don't have to worry about any kind of buddy situation. The future is here, so
yeah. Wow. That's different. So are we going to see Gronk next year?
I think as long as Tom Brady is in Tampa Bay, you're going to see Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown. I think Marquise Goodwin is up for a contract this year, so he may be gone, which just makes room for more. And Antonio Brown. Mike Evans going to be there for a while. You get O.J. Howard back, who, if you don't know, is a fucking monster. Cameron Brate is still under contract, so they're still loaded. They still have top tier talent. If I was Rob, if Tom's back, why not come back, right? He played in the Super Bowl.
They look like he was out there having fun.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. Not off the couch. Played a full season, 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, and a hilarious T-Mobile commercial.
Yeah, that was funny. So I wanted to wait to bring on someone that picked Kansas City, and of course we're not talking about Patrick Mahomes or Andy Reid. We are talking about Dean. Dean, what's going on? You saw the game, right?
Yes, I definitely saw the game. Yeah.
How does it feel to be so wrong?
It's really cool because it was just me making a claim on a team I thought was going to win. It wasn't like it was my team in there, but yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I was wrong. They game planned for the Chiefs and they executed. And there you go. Defense proves again that it wins championships.
Yeah. Absolutely. It absolutely wins.
I like this humble shit.
Is Brady graded?
Trying to fuse the sound like that shit. Don't come here. Hey, yeah, it is what it is. Up is up and down is down. Yeah, don't come here. You lost. You talk confidently because you thought the niggas were gonna beat old ass Tom Brady. That's what it was. And you thought it was the Patriots. And you projected your Patriot hate onto the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's a different team, baby. Black coaches over there, they canceled out all that shit Tom Brady was doing in New England. You seen? Have you seen that Russ? That culture, that roster?
I got some things to say about the team. I got some stuff to say about the Bucks and something to say about the Chiefs. But I mean, hey, that's the way it goes. I'm not really stressed over it. Tom is
not at all.
Yeah, Tom is what we say he is. Here you go. He is the GOAT.
So he is the GOAT.
The goddamn GOAT. Yeah.
He's no, seriously, look.
10 Super Bowls, 7 championships, yo.
Yeah. What are you?
He's 7 for 10 Super Bowls.
There's about 7 teams that haven't won the championship or been there. No, not been there. I take that back. About 7 teams that haven't won. Yeah. So, he's the GOAT. Like they say, like he is the greatest. Like I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I'm a fan. This is a fact. Like he's the greatest. It didn't matter to me if he had one last night. It didn't matter if he had one last night or not. It's like he is the greatest. But what he did do is went in there and executed, and he did what Tom does in the Super Bowl. Like they had the protection. That definitely was an issue for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the defense game plan for the Chiefs really well. Todd Bowles did a hell of a job. And yes, I am going to say the black defensive coordinator. Yes, Todd Bowles did a hell of a job. I mean, especially going from how they played them earlier this year to now, totally different approach. And they were able to execute it, man. That linebacker core, them some fast dudes right there. There are some fast dudes, but I mean, you got
a linebacker who runs a 4.42, yo.
That's ridiculous.
That runs a 4.42.
That's ridiculous.
And once they, and that's you say definitely defense wins championships. Dean, that's 100% right. That's what I'm saying. They were double teaming Tyreek Hill over the time, and once they realized that Levante David could stay with Travis Kelce stride for stride in the middle of that field, that was over. Cancel Christmas. That was it was over with. Travis take it off on him.
I mean,
once they saw that,
Patrick threw a bad he threw not an interception. There was an incomplete pass that Patrick threw that I don't think I have ever it shouldn't even have been an incomplete pass. Like he hit the dude in the helmet, but he was literally parallel to the ground.
The one he threw.
Ball.
Yeah. The one he was facing the sideline and threw. Yes, his body was facing the sideline.
I've never seen
sideways.
I've never seen anything like that. Like I don't understand what just happened.
He had 2 or 3 plays like that, yo, and I can honestly and truly say that that's what it looks like when your quarterback is better than your receivers. That's what that looks like. He's outplaying his receivers. That's what it looks like. Because he's literally putting them in position to succeed, and they are dropping the ball.
It was in his helmet.
He had people falling off of him. He is literally falling to the ground and still putting the ball on your helmet, in your hands. Like he ran up and placed the ball like it's like he threw the ball to, and it was like it was coming in hot. It's not like he was throwing like ducks.
It came in hot. It came in hot.
Bouncing off of their hands. It was bouncing off of helmets, yo. Yo, the shit is for real. Like I gain more respect for Patrick Mahomes with his incomplete passes than I have over the course of this season. Seeing him be able to do that, still put those balls in places like that while people hanging over him is more impressive than a touchdown. Now, that shit don't put points on the board.
Because he did his job.
No,
he did his job, but it was the receivers.
Did his job. Did you all see the numbers that He ran 497 yards before throwing the pass.
Yeah. Yep.
He ran more
Like,
yards before
that's
throwing
a
the
great-
pass than some people had for their whole offense.
Thanks. Like, he probably would have set records. Had all those yards counted, he probably would have set records in the Super Bowl with their offensive output.
Yeah, if they would have
Yes.
caught the ball, you know, I'm not. Yeah, they had the greatest plan for Tyreek Hill. They executed. I did not think they were going to be able to do the same thing they did Devontae Adams to Tyreek Hill, because I'm not saying Devontae Adams is not one of the best receivers. It's just it's you don't rarely see Tyreek Hill get locked up. You just don't. Like, he's so fast from the moment you say hike. Like, it's unreal.
Yeah,
His
it's
movement is unreal. And yeah, like he's a well-rounded route runner too. Like, Tyreek is amazing. I'm not saying that Devontae is amazing. I mean, they're both amazing. I think they're in the top three. I don't
Yeah,
you know.
But Tyreek is a game breaker, and it's he can. When they were talking about that play they had from the 1 yard line, I genuinely was afraid that if Tyreek Hill caught that ball and broke it to the sideline, that it was going to be a completely different game, because he has that kind of speed where you miss a tackle and
it's
he'll
over.
flip the field on you. It's like so it's to be able to stay on point with that all game. So to dedicate 2 people to Tyreek Hill the entire game. The one time they didn't dedicate 2 people to Tyreek Hill, he broke a play across the middle of the field. He had a big completion to the left side of the field.
But they were able.
They were able. Single coverage was in the first half.
They were able to do that. And I want to make it clear, Todd Bowles moved the defensive linemen around for the Chiefs last night. He moved certain players in the interior to have certain matchups. And I need to make it clear, they brought pressure without blitzing. Like, unbelievable. I understand. Everybody goes, well, if the tackles were in the game, well, let me tell you what, because I've watched our team play without the offensive line being to full strength. Yeah, if your offensive line is together, things can look a lot different. But let me tell you what, this is football. And this is how it goes. You might not even have your starting quarterback. Ask the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. So and now he's about to leave. Look, this is how football is. Yes, if you have all your plays and everybody's great, okay, I get it. They had a plan. They executed it, regardless of the fact of what the Chiefs were putting on the field. They did see. I saw some things, and it did expose some stuff. They really don't have a great running game. They have what is built off of Patrick Mahomes doing what he does, and then the running game looks freaking amazing. But I would say, yes, I didn't think that Brady wasn't going to come out there and play well. I mean, clearly he's been on a roll this playoffs. Really, he had an outstanding playoff for himself. But no player that was on the team that we already said was stacked scored a touchdown. All the players that scored a touchdown came after Brady. It's like the Brady effect. That's the Brady effect. I mean, Fournette was with the Jaguars in the beginning of the season. Okay, yes, he stumbled his way over there to Brady. I mean, but he was the one that was running the ball last night over Jones. And then AB, a player that Brady wanted in New England, that nobody wanted right now, was scoring touchdowns. Excuse me. And Gronk, a dude that I think Dev said like took a break and party for a year and decided I want to go ahead and play. Gronk is shutting Tampa Bay down right now. Gronk has shut Tampa Bay down by himself. Like, you don't even have, like, this is Gronk. This dude didn't he looked better than he did all season. He was running over people.
Literally.
Super Bowl. He looked like
I thought we jumped back
in
again.
Rob Gronkowski.
I was like, oh, you were
He looked like the
saving
ring
that
of
one,
Rick
weren't you? You were holding on to
I
that
did
one.
look.
Like you kept that in the but the defense of the Buccaneers, and which I understand now is a top 5 defense this season. The defense of the Buccaneers owned the game. Patrick Mahomes has
This
never not scored a touchdown. Okay. Yeah, there was drop passes that we thought should have been touchdowns.
Yeah,
But but the defense, when you say play big, it was big, like real big. Like they went
this
beyond themselves.
this to me, I would compare to LeBron winning the championship against Golden State Warriors. That's what this felt like to me. Like we thought we saw the perfect team, with the perfect star and perfect system. And the GOAT of his time, in Tom Brady's case, the GOAT of all time. But LeBron, well, I will say that LeBron is very close and under Jordan.
I
Somebody was
feel
great
you.
enough just to blow that shit up. Yeah, somebody was just great enough to blow that shit up. And once they blow it up, they make it look weak. But at the same time, it's next man up. It's next man up. And Tom Brady had the game plan and he had the muscle. And they was like, yo, we ain't got no time for all that shit. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna bust you in your mouth. We're gonna continue to chase your ass down. And if you're gonna throw, you're gonna make one of the best throws you've ever made in your life. It's gonna either be something iconic or it's
Right,
gonna be, an incomplete pass. And they
right.
did to him all game. And I made a post. I said, they knocked the magic out his ass the entire game.
They
There
did.
was no late,
They did.
no late comebacks. They knocked
And I
all the magic out
honestly
of Patrick
didn't
Mahomes. There ain't nobody playing.
I honestly didn't think that they were gonna be like I never seen him like shut down like that. So
Hell,
I
even
didn't think that was
Tony Romo
possible.
won that shit. How many times Tony Romo say, "Well, if they got a chance here, if they ever had a chance, here it is right here. If they ever had a chance, here it
Okay.
is right here." He kept saying that shit because he couldn't believe that the mighty Kansas City Chiefs were they were exposed. They undressed and exposed the entire game. They
Yeah,
couldn't
it
get
was
nothing going,
definitely
and
yeah,
it was another hold. It was a holding call on the offense. Somebody on the
right.
offensive line did something.
Right. It like wow. It was just
Crazy,
it
man.
was not and I know we always go like, man, it's probably gonna be a good game. It's probably gonna man, we can't wait to see this one. Like we hype it
They
up.
hyped
Like
it.
we
They
think,
hyped it to be a
yeah,
good game.
but typically,
Niggas
Dev,
told me this was Hulk Hogan versus The Rock.
it, it let me tell you what, typically it's a low scoring game, or typically it's a blowout. Typically, you don't see a major shootout. That's what I've been seeing since I've been watching Super Bowl for over 30 years. Like, you don't typically see that. Defense wins championships, and that's just a fact. You talk, you could talk about these great offenses,
And
but
I
a
said,
lot of them
it
have been
wouldn't be.
literally. Look what happened to the Buffalo Bills that went 4 years in a row. Great offense. Unbelievable. 4 years in a row. But guess what? Every time they lost to somebody's defense. Somebody's defense.
I said,
So yeah, the Bucks
wouldn't it be
stood.
funny if this came down to a defensive struggle? And look what we
Well,
had. Well, the only
it wasn't a
struggle over
struggle.
there was Kansas City struggling against,
Yeah,
struggling against Tampa Bay
yeah.
defense.
That's what it was. It sure enough was. It was I'm sorry. It was embarrassing. I don't know what the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I don't care what the Chiefs say. It was embarrassing. Okay?
Yeah,
That was
somebody got to put Patrick Mahomes. Somebody got to Photoshop Patrick Mahomes and put him on top of Kelly in that interview with Gail. That's all he's going on. I'm fighting for my fucking life. The entire
Dude.
game.
And I want to say this, I felt like I seen Lamar in situations like that under pressure that much. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that alone.
That was my next point. That was my next
because
point.
Lamar,
it looked very similar to a guy who didn't have any offensive line help.
And I didn't want to say that if Lamar performed that way, and some people drop passes like that's never happened, Lamar would have been gotten ripped apart on how bad of a quarterback he is. And that's a
Can't win the big
fact.
game.
Oh,
Can't win the big game. Can't win the big game.
that
Can't win the big game.
Are
Exactly
y'all
what it says.
are y'all saying that Patrick Mahomes is getting treated differently than Lamar Jackson would be?
I'm saying it.
I'm saying that. I'm saying Travis Kelce was acting like Mark Andrews. That's what I'm saying. Shots fired. Bow, 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 bow.
Well, there
Drop
it
the
is.
ball in big games.
There-
Bow, Mark Andrews.
there-
Bow, bow, bow.
The crazy thing is Kelsey and Gronk are like the same age almost. Kelsey is not young. He has been in the league for a minute.
Kelce is older. Kelce is older than Gronk.
There you go. Gronk is still shutting down Tampa Bay right now. That's
Kelce
what I'm
was
trying
born
to say.
Kelce was born in May. Kelce was born in May. Gronk was born in October. Kelsey's older.
Okay. And I'm gonna say something crazy, Dev. You're not even ready for what I'm gonna say. You're not even ready. Nobody is. Like
What's up?
Brady is the best athlete in the NFL history ever. There you go. I said it. The best athlete. That's right. I said athlete. I said athlete. There you go. Brady is the best athlete in the NFL ever. You're watching the best player ever. Period.
See, when you say athlete,
I know.
you are
I know.
saying
I know.
contestant of football. When I say athlete,
Yeah.
I'm thinking athletic prowess, and that will always be that's in support of Barry Sanders or Deion Sanders team. One of the two. I get caught up in that. But when you say player, the greatest player of all time, you're saying player, right? Player of football.
Yes.
Tom Brady. Thomas Brady.
How can you even argue against it?
Tom
Really?
Brady is the greatest player of football of all time.
How many times has he been to the Super Bowl?
It ain't a
Just
soul
tell me.
lie. That's better than Tom Brady.
He's been there 10 times?
10 times.
And he's won 7 times.
A 70% winning percentage. 60% winning percentage.
Did you say
And
70%?
games. He wins
You said 70%.
He goes
There's
to
no
10.
organization. There's
That
no
means if he went to 100
organization.
Super Bowls, he would win 70 of them.
There's no organization that has that kind of record or whatever you want to call it. There's no organization.
Tom Brady.
Like that's
Yeah, nope. No. It's just him.
Just him.
You could probably combine like 25 NFL teams and not get as many championships as Tom Brady has.
that is unbelievable.
25 franchises.
Here, and I'm gonna drop one last bomb on you, and it's going like I'm sure you already know it. This record that Brady has built and is still adding to, I mean, coming back Brady, it will never be taken down because Brady took
7 for 10.
Yeah, like Brady stayed with the Patriots and took pay cuts. He never got top dollar for what, I mean, maybe one time on his contracts, just so they could maneuver the right players in the right place for those runs. Nobody's going to do that. People want to get paid what they're worth, and Brady took less. He's never the highest paid.
I feel what you're saying.
Quarterback. Who is going to do that, Dev? Because the money makes it different. When you got to look, you say there's no talent on the New England Patriots. Look what they did for all these years with what they had, but you got to take a pay cut. I'm not taking a pay cut. You're not getting because I don't know if I'm going to play again next year.
You get a great defense.
Right.
A great quarterback, and hopefully your quarterback can make your talent better. But when you're getting older, you got to have the talent to make up for the lack of arm strength, and and him being able to fire the ball all the way down the field. And it's the perfect combination. And I mean, at this point, man, like that's what I'm saying. You're 7 for 10. Like, what else do you have to go for? truly see Tom Brady, taking his swan song right now. But I mean, yo, like, why stop? Why stop?
I mean, look at his season. Was he really touched that much behind that nice offensive line that the Bucks had? Was he really running around with his head cut off?
No.
Like he literally said, looked over and Patrick was running around for his life. Like he was not under that pressure.
Yo,
he didn't even use two of the top receivers in the NFL.
Think about it. The last game they lost was to the Chiefs.
There you go. There you go.
Was the game where Tyreek Hill went off. They lost. They had a bye. They came back and didn't fuck. That's it. That's how it went for the Tampa Bay Bucks this year.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not trying. I'm not taking away from Patrick. I think Patrick. I'm not trying to take away from Patrick. I think Patrick is a phenomenal elite quarterback. Tyreek Hill is, like I said, top 3 wide receiver.
Here comes the butt.
No, Kelsey is a top tight end. I'm not taking away from them, but they got owned. They got owned. That's it. They got owned. It is. Brady is just more than one of the most calculated players on the field, but he is one of the most calculated players in the NFL. 2 years ago, he knew he was coming his way. He knew he was coming his way. He's, hey, Gronk, go ahead and just chill for a year, and I'll holler back at you. He said, AB, I understand you still didn't get yourself together, but look, when you get past these couple of games, I got a spot at the crib for you. That's what he said. He is the most calculated, player out there. It's unreal. It's unreal. He is still out there having fun, like he was playing, playing on the street around the corner.
That really says a lot. I mean, the fact that the oldest player in the league is still the guy is
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't. Tell me he's not. Tell me he's not the guy. Just say Brady.
I mean, he's the guy. How can we say anything else?
Right now, there's only one player. Okay, look, I want to take this back because I saw some people say this, and I need to bring it down just a little bit. Brady has done a phenomenal thing in the NFL. I know we put him up there against Jordan with that being the GOAT, and we put him up there. Now him and LeBron are going back and forth. I don't think LeBron will catch some of it because Brady has so many more championships. Not saying, if things have fell a different way for LeBron, yeah, he had it. But I think he might be a little bit too far behind Brady to pull it off, and time will probably catch up to him quicker than it will Brady as longevity. But there are other athletes out there that have done amazing things. So to say Brady is the best athlete ever.
So you're saying, hold on, you're saying.
But a lot.
Are you saying that Tom is going to retire? I mean, that Bron's going to retire before Tom Brady?
No, I'm just saying, for the age wise, I don't see LeBron playing the 43 versus,
Oh, okay.
No. I know. I do believe LeBron is going to go the same route as I can do this as long as my body lets me do this. And I don't know when that is for LeBron right now. I just don't think it's 43. If it is, I mean, I just watched Brady do it, so I guess anything is possible. I never imagined people would be playing professional sports past 40. I guess they have a desire to do that kind of thing. Hey, I would like to retire at 40, period, from any job, so y'all do what y'all got to do. But if I can just check out at 40, I'd go ahead and bounce. But I'm not Brady, and I'm definitely not LeBron. You don't know what these players are going to possibly do. But like I said, Brady's record is phenomenal, but he is not the like the greatest player of all times, because there are other players in other sports that have done phenomenal things, aka like Serena Williams. Like her record will probably be untouched in tennis. So there are other people out there that have done phenomenal things to that level. It's just right now for team sports, Brady is pretty far ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
You know, there's NBA players that have won 11 championships. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I know it was a different era, but the man did it with the same team. It had to be a Boston thing. I don't know what that's about, but anyway,
Let's
yeah.
make some predictions. Let's make some predictions. Is this Tampa team going to be here next year?
That's strong.
Can they run it back?
All signs point
Start
to
with
yes.
you, Dad.
All signs point to yes.
Okay.
They can
All
run
signs
it
point
back.
to
They
yes.
can run it back.
I
Well,
don't-
yeah.
From what I just
But
saw,
yeah, they can run it back.
yeah, unless
They're going to own the division.
unless the Chiefs pull a KD type move and bring in Julio Jones or something like that. I mean, the Chargers played them tough, depending on what kind of coach they're getting at this year. I don't, the Chiefs are set up like the Tampa Bay Bucks are. They truly are. I saw the Chargers are set up like the Bucks are, like with a very strong pass rush and a very capable quarterback. So we'll see, what the Chiefs run looks like. But yeah, unless they add something like Julio Jones, I can see Tampa Bay running this back again next year.
All right.
Look, right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Can the Ravens beat this team?
Which team? The Buccaneers.
Champion. What we want to worry about the losers
Bucs.
for? I'm talking about the champs. No, we can't beat Kansas City. But can we beat Tampa Bay?
So we gotta not on paper right now. No, they're clearly better team than us.
Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat shit. They have better receivers than us. They have a better quarterback than us at this very moment. They damn sure have a better pass rush than us. We may have better corners. Their linebacker, or while we might have the same speed as them, they're probably a little faster. And they're a lot more seasoned. Running backs, it might be pushed there. Tight ends might be a push there, no, because they have depth at tight end. So while Mark Andrews and Mark Andrews know how me, they have Cameron Brate, they have Robert Gronkowski, we have Nick Boyle. So yeah, top about Tampa Bay is clearly better than us. Do we do things well? Yes. Can they, are they susceptible to the run? Possibly. Kansas City Chiefs never tested it, so we really don't know. I'll tell you this, their biggest plays came against the run, and that's what we like to do. So, I'm never going to give, of course, my team, I never put them, out of it. So I would think that the Ravens would have a chance to beat them on paper, completely removed from my fandom. Nah, I think they're a class above the Ravens. They're a class above.
Yeah. We definitely going to have to make some adjustments.
I think they're trending in the right direction, though. I believe we are definitely moving in the right direction, especially with what we brought in for our coaches. I feel like that we could, keep moving in the right direction. But I agree. Right now, we have some more work to do.
Yeah, as we all.
Yeah, and we can't be going that right of a direction if Orlando Brown's demanding the trade. So shit about to switch up again.
Well,
I've been hearing, Orlando Brown is already trying to pick his suitors.
If the trade happens this year and we don't play out the contract, we will get reimbursed the correct way. That's how we run our trades, and it will definitely come back around for us in the end. But Orlando really wants to be that left tackle. That's what he was groomed for from day one. It's really important for him to go out there and prove his daddy right, and I can respect that. I appreciate what he's done on the team. if the man wants to go play left tackle, you know, go play left tackle. If he can't wait another year, you
Yeah.
know,
And
past
so
it.
from what I've been seeing, is the best package right now looks like Jacksonville with DJ Chark, who's a big 6'3", 6'4" receiver, and will give us the 33rd pick, which is the first pick of the second round. Which is really, the
Did you say we would get the receiver?
the first pick out of the first round. So we get the receiver and the draft pick for Orlando.
That is, yes. Okay, let's go. How that would solve some
Yeah.
situations in a different direction. And Dev, that's a hell of. Can you call DaCosta? You got it. Yeah, go ahead, hit him up right after we get off. And then
I have been looking for this. I've been looking for this nigga Twitter, his Facebook. I'm trying to tell him to go, nigga. We know what we want. Go get it.
yeah, because that would solve some issues and give us flexibility to address Brown being gone. So we have some good opportunities. I'd rather get something for Brown than not get something for Brown. I hate to see him go. But Staley is already our guy. We paid him, Stanley, that much to be the left tackle. They're great tackles. And go do what you got to do. But I would definitely take
God
that
bless.
offer. I would take that offer. That receiver in a first number, the beginning of the second round. Hell yeah, I would take that all day.
33. We have 32 picks in the first round. That pick would be number 33.
Yeah, I mean, why would we walk away from that?
Well, we are the Ravens, so
Hey, we've been making some outstanding trades lately.
Right.
Like, I mean, Eric has pulled in trades I didn't even see us doing. Like, if you had told me we were going after Peters, I wouldn't have believed you.
that's true.
Right. Yeah, he's bringing some picks in for us.
Right. He's doing things that our
I thought we
organization
against
hasn't
Brian
done.
either. So yeah.
Hey, but yeah. Right now, our
We
team
shall
needs
see.
our team needs what exactly the Chiefs didn't have last night. We need to work on our offensive line, and we need pass rusher, and
Lock
that's
it.
what the Chiefs didn't have last night. That's what Brady had. He had offensive line help and amazing pass rushing, and I think that's what we keep saying we're lacking with the Ravens. So those are areas that make a difference on everybody's team, and that's what we need. Lamar can't run around for 500 yards and expect us to win. So yeah, we need those things too. So come on, Chiefs, let's all get in the same boat and work it out.
Normally, this time of year, we are going to be missing football. Are y'all excited about really being able to dive in to NBA action, and you're not missing football right now, or you're not going to miss football for a while? Or what are your thoughts?
I am so ready for the NBA. Yeah, because we back Lakers in 6. That I'm all on the NBA right now. My team is hot. They definitely have even more chemistry to build on, and I am ready to see the mega team, the mega offensive team, maybe not the most complete team. Yep, over there in what's that? No, in Brooklyn. Yeah, those the Nets or Jets, whatever. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm ready to see what they have to really offer coming out of the East. It's just funny whatever side conference.
You can act
LeBron
you don't know what's going on.
It's just funny, when LeBron switches to a different conference.
In the finals, you're gonna know exactly who they are.
I just know they can't stop anybody from scoring. I just never knew Wizards was
they get out his
the
way,
highest scoring team.
kick his ass.
I didn't.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I hope a very injury prone
Make your jokes
squad
now.
doesn't get hurt.
Ain't shit gonna be funny when they on the collision course.
Yeah, so we're ready. We're ready. Now we're ready for the NBA.
Yeah, we're
Killers
definitely
over
ready.
there.
Yeah, we're definitely ready. So it's definitely going to be some
Niggas is killers.
interesting time.
Yeah, I've seen the Wizards beat them and the Cavaliers beat them. So yeah, I've seen them play.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Can't nothing stop the Nets but the vid. Ain't nothing over here stopping the Nets. You understand me?
Well, that sounds like we got problems.
What? So yeah, this is gonna be interesting NBA. This is gonna be interesting NBA season because somebody's wrong. We just don't know who it is. Somebody.
Well, what do you guys, Diamond? What do you have to say about the teams in the NBA right now? You've been kind of chill with that.
Yeah. I mean, Lakers is my team, so hence the yellow and blue background that we have. So
he trying to decide whether or not the Nets is going to be his new favorite team.
My second team. Yeah, I don't know.
Like I love the Lakers, but the Nets, they just they were so cool. Like how the Raptors, how the Raptors would all of a sudden got out of nowhere. He said shit about the Raptors. I ain't heard nothing about the Raptors in who knows how long.
Hey, they did their thing last year.
Yeah, they definitely did their thing.
Where listen. No, listen. Okay. All right, Diamond, all right, real quick, right? So the NBA, Canada is not allowed an NBA game. In Canada, in the country, right? So where are the Toronto Raptors located this year, Diamond? It's your favorite team, right? Where they located?
No, I didn't say. I did not. I didn't. No. I did not say that they were my favorite team.
I got them.
I did not say that they were my favorite team. I said they were.
You said it.
They were my team.
There's a whole epic history of this.
2 years.
The fighting Drakes on your team.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
So 2 years ago. Okay. And things have changed since then. But I mean, I pay attention to them. They're in ninth place. They're in ninth place,
right? Yeah, 2018. Yeah, that's all it was.
they in ninth place.
They're in ninth place. Yeah. I asked you where they are right now, Diamond. This is still your
they in ninth place.
Right? Oh, because they not play you dated flaw, right?
Huh? They in you said what they in ninth place.
Pulled up online.
I knew they was in ninth place.
No, I'm talking. See, look, you missing it, Diamond. You're missing it. I'm talking about the Toronto Raptors aren't playing in Toronto this year.
Right.
Where are they playing, Diamond?
Oh,
that's your
I
second
don't
favorite
know.
team.
I don't know. I don't know.
He didn't even fucking know. I told you. He don't even fucking know. He don't know. And we've been talking about it all day. We've been talking about the whole time we've been here. They play in Tampa Bay, Diamond. They play in Tampa Bay.
I did know that.
Ain't no Canadian basketball. Yeah.
I did know that. Yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, I mean they don't have nothing coming this year.
Drake don't come to games no more. You completely forget about these niggas. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. He ain't rocking with them. Did you see him on the commercial last night?
Yeah, you ain't rocking with him either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, the State Farm, Drake from State Farm. Drake from State Farm. Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
LeBron and his friends State Farm commercials, and I'm sick of it.
All right, how can people stay in touch with you?
Is Dean out of here? Where Dean at? Dean gone?
Yeah, Dean lost.
That's Dean dropped.
Yeah.
You can find. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, shout out to Dean. You can find me on IG. There he is.
Yeah.
I just made a Twitter. I haven't got my my handle together. I heard this way to keep all nasty shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and So all the OnlyFans,
Yeah, you might as well.
When I get my Twitter together, I'll share that with you guys. But for now, you can find me at dev_or_die. I'm dropping Upper Log on Facebook. I'll probably just keep it Dev Die on Twitter as well. We'll see how it goes. Might have to throw a number or something on that.
Okay. Dean, how can people stay up with you?
Well, hey, you can find me at home right now.
Hey, how can we find you, man?
You can find me at home being a part of Lock Nation right there. That's where you going to see me. Yeah, but
Just got his head done.
Yeah, there we go, right there. You know, got the replay.
His head twisted. Look.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
That's fresh. Yeah, that's fresh.
Yeah, but no, right now you're gonna find me
his
with.
head twisted, and you can tell the nigga. You can tell the nigga need his head twisted.
What?
Let me tell you what. No, but you're gonna find me. You're gonna find me. In line for that vaccination, wearing double mask. That's where you can find me at. So that's where I'm gonna be at right now.
Okay. Of course, I am at the Diamond K Show at Radio on Fire. Thank you, fellas.
Rough.
Always a pleasure, as you say. Always a pleasure. We're gonna do this again real soon.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fellas.
All right.